Mga pinag-uusapan sa Pinoy Trendline TV. Mga balitang mainit, mga isyung pinagdedebatehan, at mga kwentong hindi mo pwedeng palampasin. Dito mo malalaman ang totoo. Dito mo maririnig ang boses ng bayan. Ito ang Pinoy Trendline TV. Huwag kalimutang i-like, i-share at i-subscribe. Dahil dito, alam mo ang totoo. Paalala, ang programang inyong mapapanood ay naglalaman ng mga balita, opinyon at impormasyon na may layuning magbigay kaalaman. Ang ilang pahayag ay maaaring hindi sumasalamin sa paninindigan ng lahat. Hinihikayat ang bawat manonood na maging mapanuri at bukas ng isipan, manood, makinig at mag-isip. Ito ang Pinoy Trendline TV.
If you have taken note of the past statements by members of the committee, and this is not even something that we said or stated, the term mini trial did not come from the defense. The term mini trial came from members of the committee. And in fact, you only have to look probably in the internet or search them yourselves to know that there have been statements to this effect that what the committee will do is sort of a mini trial. And so, our response to that is, given that the Constitution only vests the power and authority to conduct trial in the Senate, then the House of Representatives or any of its committees cannot do that. And I think this is very clear also in the Duterte ruling, both in the 2025 and 2026 decisions of the Supreme Court, that constitutional parameters with respect to the conduct of the entire impeachment proceedings should always be complied with, especially given that it's not only a purely political proceeding, it is also a legal proceeding, and therefore must comply with the fundamental law. And what is our fundamental law? Our fundamental law is the Constitution. You don't even have to write it in any contracts or agreements or any rules. It's written in every rules, in every contract. That's how fundamental the objection of the respondent is to the committee proceedings.
Good afternoon, attorneys. Joseph Veteran po from Manila, Philippines. In asserting the unconstitutionality of the House jurisdiction over the impeachment complaint, what are we trying to achieve here po ba? Are we trying to stop the House hearing? Or have we made any legal move na ipahinto to? Or it's just a mere position ng defense team?
Well, for now, that's really the position of the defense team na unconstitutional yung nangyaring proceedings, di ba? Ngayon, ang tinitingnan natin, ang sinasabi talaga natin dito, just to simplify things, sa Constitution, very clear naman yung nakasulat. No? Number one, ang initiation ng impeachment proceedings that belongs to the House. That's an exclusive power of the House. We're not contesting that. No? But, pagdating sa trial, that power exclusively belongs to the Senate. Napaka-clear niyan. Kaya ang sinasabi lang namin dito is hindi naman pwede, dito sa pag-initiate pa lang ng proceedings, nagkakaroon na ng tinatawag na namin na mini trial. At again, kaklaruhin ko lang, yung i-emphasize ko lang yung nasabi na ni Atty. Sheila, hindi po sa amin ang galing yung term na mini trial. Yan po ay galing sa mga statements, no, ng either Committee on Justice or even other personalities. So hindi po sa amin ang galing yan. That's why we're contesting it. Ngayon, ano ba ang trabaho para sa amin ng Committee on Justice? At least sa aming pananaw. And again, with all due respect, no, to the members of the committee and the committee itself. Ang trabaho po ay to determine, sabi nga nila, kung ito ay iaakyat na sa plenaryo at iaakyat na eventually sa Senado, hindi ba? So ang parati namin sinasabi, kahit sa previous interviews ko, ang gagawin lang naman is to evaluate the complaints and the evidence at hand. No? Kung ano yung mga naka-attach na ebidensya doon sa complaint. So yung pagpapatawag ng mga witnesses and all those things and asking for documents, that goes well and beyond, di ba? Yung evaluation lang kung ito ay dapat mapunta na sa plenaryo at nang sa ganun ay maiakat na sa Senado. So sa ngayon, Are we going to question this? Kasi I think that was your question talaga. Of course, that possibility is always there, hindi ba? But hindi po na kami magsasabi ng anything categorical. Ito ay dapat pag-usapan, hindi lang namin, pero pati na ng aming kliyente. At titingnan natin kung anong mangyari. That's why we have been monitoring these proceedings from day one. And then we'll let you know kung meron na kaming desisyon ukol doon.
So, sir, follow-up na lang. Since you are acknowledging that the House of Representatives can initiate the impeachment trial, the impeachment proceedings or whatever, bakit dun po sa process na yun, we're not attending doon sa mga invitations ng House of Representatives? And follow-up is, are we surely attending the Senate hearing once it prospers, the case prospers?
Number one, dun sa tanong niyo po, it's not just we're acknowledging, no, that's clearly stated naman in the Constitution na sila talaga ang may exclusive power to initiate impeachment proceedings. Why are we not attending? I think it was clearly stated in our letter. It's because we are objecting. There's a fundamental objection to the proceedings itself, because for us this goes well and beyond what is contemplated within initiation of impeachment proceedings. As to the Senate, wala pa tayo doon, no? Pero pag dumating man doon, talaga namang kami naman ready na sagutin. Parati naman natin sinasabi, ready nating sagutin ang mga alegasyon laban sa Vice Presidente sa tamang forum. And at sa atin, pagdating sa pagkakaroon ng trial, whether mini trial or full-blown trial, that is not in the House, but that's actually in the Senate. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Kanina po ay naglabas ng statement si Vice President Sara Duterte at sinabi kanya na ang gagawin na pagdinig o ang isinagawang pagdinig kanina ay isang fishing expedition. Pwede po ba natin ipaliwanag ito, bakit ito nasabi ng Vice?
Well, again, I have to premise my answer with I'm no longer the spokesperson of the Vice President. So napakahirap naman na maglagay ng salita, no? Mag-interpret ng kanyang mga sinasabi. But at least based on our conversations, nakikita naman natin, yun naman talagang posisyon natin. When you evaluate these impeachment complaints, the evaluation must solely remain with the complaints and the pieces of evidence attached. Hindi ba? Ngayon, if you will go beyond the evidence attached and start asking for documents left and right, when our first argument nga, kung matatandaan nyo, is wala man lang ultimate facts yung complaints, no? And then yung mga naka-attach na ebidensya, wala rin naman doon na nagsasabing o nagpapatunay na may krimen na kaagad na nangyari. And so if you go beyond that, that is what we're saying na fishing expedition, no? Malamang yun na rin ang pinaparating ng ating Vice Presidente. Pangalawa, katulad ng mga issue na inilabas sa kanyang salin, doon sa desisyon ng Supreme Court sa Duterte versus House of Representatives, malinaw na nakasaad doon na ang impeachable offense ay yung mga offense na allegedly na-commit ng impeachable official within his or her term. At malinaw naman doon sa pinakita na karamihan doon sa hininging documents ay not within his or her, within the term of the Vice President in this case. No? So, marahil doon nanggagaling ang ating Vice Presidente.
Good afternoon po, Ed Mendoza from the Manila Times. I'd just like to note lang po yung mga subpoenas regarding kay doon sa subpoenas regarding Versailles. Congressman Rodriguez said na it's a form of fishing expedition. That's why he objected to the motion raised by the panel. Pero sa tingin niyo po ba, pwede ba kung na natin ma-control dito or prevent itong pag-control ng mga salin? Kasi yun nga, as Lucas Rodriguez nga, sa legal expert, saying na it's a fishing expedition. And baka mapunta ito sa nangyari sa Corona impeachment trial na naging fishing expedition na. So, what's your take po doon sa mga subpoena sa salin, VP, and pati na rin yung mga bank records na rin kay VP and kay Atty. Matt Scarpio?
Alright. I think I've made this clear. And I also, again, say that if the objection of the respondent goes into the matter of jurisdiction, meaning does the committee have any power or authority to conduct a mini trial or whatever it is that they will call it, including the examination and cross-examination of witnesses, issuance of compulsory processes for the introduction, reception, and examination of evidence. Our position has been made clear in the letter. That authority and all the incidents of that authority should only be exercised by the Senate. Because why? Again, we go back under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 6. It's only the Senate that can conduct trial, that can examine witnesses, that can cross-examine witnesses, that can issue subpoena for the production of evidence. In fact, if someone here earlier asked, this is akin to a preliminary investigation. You know, under the current rules of preliminary investigation and inquest proceedings, even the matter of deciding or resolving the complaint is only limited to the complaint and the counter affidavits of the respondent and other affidavits and the evidence at hand. Nothing beyond evidence at hand. And let me clarify this, because it might be that the idea that just because a respondent did not appear and sent a letter instead through the lawyers stating the reasons for non-appearance, which raises issues on jurisdiction, doesn't mean that she or us or we are just raising technical issues. Because I think every lawyer knows that the matter of jurisdiction is always substantive, cannot even be waived, cannot even be, a subject of any agreement. Once a body, once a tribunal acts beyond the powers vested in it by the Constitution, that cannot be allowed.
Last question na lang po from my end.
Good afternoon po. Kenya Kayata from the Philippine Star. Sir, just to be categorical about it, so may plan kayo to question unconstitutional yung proceeding sa House. So kailan kayo magdi-decide na mag-file na ng petition sa Supreme Court? And second po, ano po yung magiging action natin next? Meron pang 3 hearings pa ang House Committee on Justice. So ganito na rin po ba yung scenario natin na walang a-attend ng mga lawyers, except sabi nyo a-attend kayo dahil may subpoena kayo. Walang a-attend na lawyers and even si Vice President Sara Duterte.
Well, number one, hindi ko po sinabing may plano. Ang sinasabi ko lang po is, of course, there's always that possibility. Alam nyo, maraming nagfe-frame the past few weeks. Sinasabi, aakyat yung mga yan sa Supreme Court. As if it's a wrong thing, no? Our job as lawyers is to protect the client and the rights of the client, no? Against harassment and all of these kinds of things. And sa ngayon, ang sinasabi namin is that is always a possibility. Especially since, ulitin ko lang yung sinabi ni Atty. Sheila, our objection to the proceedings is fundamental. No? Hindi to mere technicality. We are saying na ang sinasagawa ngayon ng committee, at least sa aming pananaw at sa aming posisyon, is labas na sa kapangyarihan nila dahil yung trial, mini-trial, full-blown trial is really vested upon the Senate. Ngayon, pagdating sa susunod na hearings, hindi muna kami magkokomento, ma'am, tungkol dyan. Dahil syempre, we are monitoring the developments as they come. And as lawyers, although of course, we are ready to anticipate anything and everything that comes, we are also not inclined to telegraph what we plan to do. Thank you.
Good afternoon po, Analita Incoming from IBC News. If ever the Senate conduct the hearing, can we expect your appearance as well as the appearance of VP Sara?
Again, I think our letter is clear. We cannot participate in a proceeding that we think is unconstitutional. We cannot have the Vice President appear before a body exercising a power or authority that is vested by the Constitution in another tribunal. If you notice from the letter that we sent on March 24, 2026, the penultimate paragraph of that is pretty clear that considering that the requests, motions, or similar efforts aimed at obtaining evidence through processes that necessarily presuppose lawful authority, then, which in this case we believe is absent, then we cannot participate in the proceedings. This is not even something new. This is something that every lawyer questioning the jurisdiction of the court on behalf of his or her client.
Gano'n po. Parang reiteration lang ng mga naunang question. So since you are not recognizing the jurisdiction of the authority, hindi niyo po ito-comply ang any subpoena na hindi expected si Vice President and you na mag-appear sa House hearings. Yun po.
Let me clarify that. Kasi baka ma-misconstrue eh. What we are not recognizing is the authority or power to conduct mini-trial. Now, with respect to the power of the House of Representatives to initiate impeachment proceedings, that's stated in the Constitution, we recognize that. Again, what we do not recognize is the authority to conduct any form of trial.